It started on a perfectly normal Tuesday morning. The coffee in Commander James Stone's cup hadn't even cooled enough to drink when the first alerts began flashing across his screens at the Global Defense Force headquarters. "Sir, you need to see this," called out Tom from his monitoring station. His voice trembled slightly as he pointed to the massive display wall. The radar system showed hundreds, no, thousands, of objects suddenly appearing just beyond Mars' orbit. Stone set down his coffee cup, his military training kicking in as he straightened his uniform. "Get me a clear visual," he ordered, keeping his voice steady despite the growing knot in his stomach. The room burst into activity as operators rushed to adjust their deep space telescopes. The images that appeared on the main screen made everyone's blood run cold. A vast armada of sleek, metallic ships stretched across the darkness of space. They weren't asteroids or natural phenomena. These were clearly artificial vessels, arranged in perfect formation. Their designs were unlike anything humans had ever created, with smooth surfaces that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. "How many?" Stone asked, gripping the edge of his command console. "Current count shows 3,247 ships, sir. And those are just the ones we can detect," replied Lisa, the chief radar technician. Her fingers flew across her keyboard as she tried to gather more data. Within hours, every military base on Earth was on high alert. Presidents, prime ministers, and military leaders around the world were rushed to secure locations. The public didn't know yet. The governments had agreed to keep it quiet to prevent panic. But Earth was facing its first confirmed alien contact, and it didn't look friendly. The first transmissions from the alien fleet came in just as the sun was setting over the Atlantic. The Global Defense Force's communication team worked frantically to decode the signals. They were using some form of universal mathematical language that, thankfully, Earth's best computers could partially translate. "Sir," called Bill, the head of communications, "you should hear this." He played the translated audio through the command center speakers. The alien voice sounded artificial, probably computer-generated. "Primitive defensive capabilities detected. Orbital surveillance indicates minimal space combat experience. Beginning detailed analysis of planetary defense systems." Stone watched as several smaller ships broke away from the main fleet and began moving toward Earth. They were clearly scout ships, coming to assess humanity's military strength. But something odd was happening. The aliens seemed particularly interested in Earth's satellite network. "They're downloading data," reported Tom, monitoring the network traffic. "Massive amounts of it. But they're not targeting military frequencies or government channels. They're tapping into our entertainment broadcasts." Stone raised an eyebrow. "Entertainment? You mean they're watching our TV?" "Yes, sir. They're downloading everything. Movies, television shows, streaming services. Their data collection is off the charts." As the day progressed, more alien communications were intercepted. Their messages contained puzzling references to Earth's historical battle records and combat documentation. Stone couldn't make sense of it until he saw which channels they were most interested in: science fiction networks, action movie channels, and military documentaries. "Sir," Tom called out again, this time with a hint of amusement in his voice. "They just downloaded the entire Independence Day movie. And War of the Worlds. And Battle. Los Angeles." A slow smile spread across Stone's face as understanding dawned. These aliens, with all their advanced technology, were making a fundamental mistake. They were watching Earth's fiction and assuming it was real. As the first day of alien contact drew to a close, Stone gathered his top officers for an emergency meeting. The aliens' misunderstanding might just be humanity's greatest advantage. If they thought Earth's movies were historical records, then from their perspective, humans had successfully fought off dozens of alien invasions. "Ladies and gentlemen," Stone addressed his team, "I think I know why these aliens are being so cautious, and more importantly, I know how we're going to convince them to leave without firing a single shot." The greatest deception in human history was about to begin, and it would all be based on something humanity had always excelled at: telling stories. Kate Miller hadn't slept in 36 hours. As the lead intelligence officer at the Global Defense Force, she had been glued to her monitor since the alien fleet's arrival. But what she was seeing now made her question if exhaustion was causing her to hallucinate. "They're doing what?" Commander Stone asked, leaning over her shoulder to look at her screen. "They're binge-watching Netflix, sir," she replied, still not quite believing it herself. "The alien ships have positioned themselves to get the best reception from our entertainment satellites. They've already gone through every alien invasion movie from the past 50 years. The scout ships had spread themselves in a wide net around Earth's orbit, but instead of scanning military bases or missile silos like everyone expected, they were primarily focused on the planet's digital entertainment infrastructure. The amount of data they were downloading was astronomical. Look at this pattern," Kate pointed to a graph on her screen. "Every time they watch a movie where humans defeat aliens, there's a spike in their internal communications. They're really worried about something." Tom, who had been monitoring the alien language patterns, rushed into the room with a fresh printout. "Sir, ma'am, you need to see this. We've decoded more of their transmissions. They keep referring to Earth as the graveyard of empires and the destroyer of fleets." Stone picked up the paper, his eyes widening as he read. According to the translations, the aliens were becoming increasingly concerned about Earth's extensive combat experience with extraterrestrial forces. "They think we've actually fought off all those invasions," Kate said, finally understanding. "Every movie, every TV show, they think they're watching our historical records." The situation became even more interesting when the aliens discovered Earth's video game archives. Their communication showed particular distress after analyzing games like XCOM and Mass Effect. "Sir," one of the junior analysts called out, "they just found YouTube. They're watching all the gaming channels showing people defeating alien invasions in various games. Their chatter suggests they think these are combat training simulations." The alien fleet's behavior was becoming more erratic. Some ships would move closer to get better reception, while others would hastily back away whenever they finished watching a particularly dramatic human victory over alien forces. Kate noticed something else strange in their viewing patterns. "Commander, they're not just watching the endings. They're studying how we win. The strategies, the weaknesses we exploit in the alien invaders. They think they're watching our military playbook." Stone paced the room, processing this information. "So they think we're some kind of interstellar warrior civilization that's defeated every alien race that's ever challenged us?" "Yes, sir," Kate replied. "And it gets better. They seem particularly terrified of how we document our victories. They can't understand why we would create such detailed records of our battles, complete with dramatic music and special effects." The room fell silent as everyone contemplated the bizarre situation. Humanity's love for entertainment, particularly science fiction, had accidentally created the most effective planetary defense system imaginable. "Sir," Tom interrupted the silence, "the aliens are now accessing our historical war movies, World War I documentaries, Vietnam films, everything. Their latest communications show they're shocked by how long we've been fighting. Well, everything." Kate couldn't help but laugh. "They think we're some kind of battle-hungry civilization that's been fighting nonstop for centuries, constantly improving our combat techniques and proudly documenting every victory in high definition." Commander Stone smiled as he formulated a plan. "Well, if they want to see our historical records, let's make sure they get the full picture. Kate, I want you to coordinate with all streaming services. Push our most impressive alien invasion content to the forefront. Let's show our visitors exactly why Earth has remained undefeated for so long." As Kate began implementing Stone's orders, she couldn't help but appreciate the irony. Humanity's greatest defense wasn't its weapons or technology. It was its imagination and its ability to tell compelling stories. And right now, those stories were saving Earth from what could have been a devastating invasion. The aliens had no idea they were being defeated by fiction, and that was exactly how the Global Defense Force intended to keep it. The alien fleet had been parked in space for 3 days now, and their behavior was becoming increasingly strange. Tom sat at his monitoring station, playing back their latest decoded transmission to Commander Stone and Kate Miller. "High Command, we have grave concerns," the robotic alien voice stated. "Earth's battle record is unlike anything in galactic history. Our analysis shows they have defeated over 50 different alien species in the last 30 Earth years alone." Kate tried not to laugh as she realized they were counting every alien invasion movie ever made as a separate historical event. The aliens had just finished watching Mars Attacks, and their panic levels had shot through the roof. These humans, another alien transmission continued. They don't just fight. They document their victories in incredible detail, adding dramatic music and what they call special effects to enhance the historical record. Their dedication to preserving their combat achievements is terrifying. Commander Stone leaned back in his chair, rubbing his chin thoughtfully. "Have they watched Predator yet?" he asked. "Yes, sir," Tom replied, checking his logs. "They seem particularly disturbed by that one. They can't believe a single human warrior defeated one of the galaxy's most advanced hunting species using only primitive weapons and mud." The room's main screen showed the alien ships constantly repositioning themselves to get better reception of Earth's various entertainment broadcasts. They were now downloading content at rates that threatened to overwhelm Earth's satellite network. "Sir," Lisa called from her station, "they just found the History Channel's Ancient Aliens documentaries. Their communications are going crazy." Stone rushed to her station, reading the incoming translations. The aliens were beside themselves with fear. They now believed that Earth had been successfully fighting off alien invasions for thousands of years. According to their latest transmissions, Lisa continued, "They think the pyramids are ancient weapon systems, Stonehenge is a dormant portal device, and crop circles are victory markers from previous battles." Kate pulled up more decoded messages on her screen. "Listen to this one. The humans are so confident in their military superiority that they turn their victories into what they call entertainment. They watch their past battles for pleasure. Even their younglings are trained using interactive battle simulations they call video games." The situation became even more interesting when the aliens discovered superhero movies. Their next transmission was filled with terror. "They have beings of incredible power living among them. Some can fly, others possess extraordinary strength, and many can harness energy weapons. Earth is not just a military power, it's a planet of super-powered warriors." Tom nearly spilled his coffee when he saw the next batch of data. "Sir, they just found a name. They think Dragon Ball Z is a documentary about Earth's elite fighting force." Commander Stone couldn't hold back his laughter anymore. "So now they think we can shoot energy beams and blow up planets." "It gets better," Kate added, reviewing more translations. "They found old episodes of Power Rangers and now believe Earth has giant combining robots hidden somewhere for planetary defense." The alien fleet's formations had become increasingly defensive. Their ships were now arranged in what their tactical documents called a maximum survivability pattern. They were treating Earth like it was the most dangerous planet in the galaxy. "New transmission coming in," Tom announced. They're saying they need to reevaluate their entire invasion strategy. They're convinced that any species that could defeat so many different types of aliens, document it so thoroughly, and then watch it for entertainment must be far too dangerous to engage directly. Stone walked to the main window, looking up at the sky where he knew the alien ships were watching. "You know what's funny?" he said to no one in particular. "All those movies about aliens underestimating humans. And here we are, watching real aliens make that exact same mistake. Should we tell them?" Kate asked, though she already knew the answer. "Tell them what?" Stone replied with a smile. "That our greatest weapon against alien invasion turned out to be Hollywood. I think this might be one secret worth keeping." The room fell silent as they watched more alien ships back away from Earth, clearly terrified of the planet they now believed had never lost a single interstellar war. Human creativity and imagination had accidentally created the perfect planetary defense system, and it was working better than anyone could have imagined. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. Just as the alien fleet was showing signs of uncertainty, Hollywood's biggest summer blockbuster, Galaxy's Edge, The Final Stand, was having its worldwide premiere. Commander Stone stood in the Global Defense Force control room, watching both the movie's live broadcast and the aliens' frantic reactions to it. The film featured humanity's space fleet, heroically defeating a massive alien armada using clever tactics and advanced technology. "Sir," Tom called out excitedly, "you won't believe this. They think they're watching a live feed of another alien fleet attacking Earth." Kate rushed to her station as new alien transmissions flooded in. "Their communications are going crazy. Listen to this. Emergency alert. Earth is currently engaged in combat with an unknown species. Their defense capabilities exceed our worst fears." The movie's special effects were state-of-the-art, with massive space battles and incredibly realistic alien ships being destroyed. The alien fleet watching from space had no way of knowing this was fiction. They were convinced they were witnessing Earth's military might in real time. "Another transmission coming in," Lisa announced. "How do they maintain such powerful energy shields? Their weapons technology is beyond our comprehension. They're destroying a fleet twice our size." Stone couldn't help but smile. The aliens were watching carefully choreographed Hollywood action sequences and believing they were seeing actual combat footage. Every explosion, every heroic moment, and every victory was being analyzed by their military experts. "Sir," Tom interrupted, trying to contain his laughter, "they're particularly impressed by what they're calling our battle music. They think we have some kind of morale-enhancing sound system that plays dramatic orchestral music during actual combat." The movie reached its climax, showing humanity's forces emerging victorious after an intense battle. The alien fleet's response was immediate and dramatic. Several ships began backing away from Earth's orbit. "New message intercepted," Kate reported. "The humans have completely destroyed another invasion force. Their combat efficiency is unprecedented. They don't just fight. They turn battles into art." Right then, Bill from Public Relations rushed into the control room. "Commander, you need to see this. All major networks are playing alien invasion movies as their regular programming. It's like they somehow knew what we needed." Stone walked to the main screen, watching as channels worldwide showed films like Pacific Rim, Edge of Tomorrow, and Ender's Game back-to-back. Each movie added to the aliens' growing belief in Earth's unbeatable military prowess. "Sir," Kate called out, "the aliens are now convinced that Earth is currently fighting multiple alien species simultaneously. They think we're so powerful that we can broadcast our battles as entertainment while they're happening." The situation became even more amusing when someone in the entertainment division decided to air a documentary about how movie special effects were made. The aliens intercepted this broadcast and completely misinterpreted it. "They think it's a training video," Tom explained, reading their latest transmission. "They believe we're teaching our troops how to manipulate reality itself using something they're calling CGI energy manipulation technology." Commander Stone gathered his team for a quick meeting. "This misunderstanding is working better than we could have hoped, but let's take it one step further. Kate, contact all major streaming services. Tell them to push every alien invasion movie we've ever made to their front pages." "Already on it, sir," Kate replied with a grin. "Netflix, Amazon, and Disney Plus are cooperating fully. They think it's a special sci-fi promotion event." As the day progressed, the alien fleet's communication showed increasing signs of fear and respect. They had witnessed what they thought was Earth effortlessly defeating another invasion force, complete with dramatic camera angles and a stirring musical score. "Last incoming transmission of the day, sir," Tom announced. This planet's power is beyond our current assessment capabilities. They defeat alien armadas while adding dramatic lighting and camera angles. Their confidence is terrifying. Recommend immediate tactical retreat. Stone looked at his team, all of them trying to maintain their professional composure despite the absurdity of the situation. Well, he said, shall we show them what else is playing tonight? The meeting room at the Global Defense Force headquarters was packed with representatives from every major movie studio and streaming service. Commander Stone stood at the front, explaining their unusual plan to save Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, he began, right now, our planet's best defense isn't missiles or tanks. It's your movies. The aliens think everything we've produced is real combat footage, and we need to keep them thinking that. Kate Miller clicked through a presentation showing the alien fleet's reactions to different movies. They're particularly scared of films where humans win against impossible odds. The more dramatic the victory, the more terrified they become. The Hollywood executives exchanged amazed looks as they realized their summer blockbusters were accidentally becoming Earth's shield against alien invasion. We need to coordinate the biggest movie marathon in history, Stone continued. Every channel, every streaming platform needs to show our best alien invasion content nonstop. Tom raised his hand from his monitoring station. Sir, they just finished watching Avatar. They think humans can transfer their consciousness into giant blue alien bodies. Their latest transmission calls us masters of biological warfare. The room burst into barely contained laughter, but they quickly got back to business. The plan was simple but brilliant. Flood the airwaves with humanity's most impressive victories against alien invaders. Start with Independence Day, Stone ordered. Then move to Edge of Tomorrow, Arrival, and District 9. Show them everything we've got. The media blitz began immediately. Every television channel, streaming service, and even old DVD players in retail stores began playing carefully selected science fiction content. The alien fleet's reactions exceeded all expectations. New transmission incoming, Lisa announced. These humans are unstoppable. They defeated an entire alien armada with a computer virus. Their technological capabilities are beyond comprehension. The plan went even further when someone suggested adding video game cutscenes to the mix. The aliens watched in horror as scenes from Halo and Mass Effect played alongside what they thought were real historical battles. They're particularly confused by the Men in Black series, Kate reported, reading the latest intercepted messages. They think we have a secret organization that's been managing alien affairs for decades. Some of their ships are starting to wonder if they're already in our database. The deception reached new heights when the Morning Kids cartoons started playing. The aliens watched Ben 10 and concluded that humans had mastered genetic transformation technology. Steven Universe convinced them that Earth was under the protection of powerful crystalline beings. Sir, Tom called out, trying to keep a straight face, they just found Pacific Rim. Now they think we have giant robots hidden under major cities, just waiting to fight space monsters. Stone nodded approvingly. Perfect. Keep it coming. Show them Transformers next. Let them think we have sentient robotic allies. The alien fleet's formations became increasingly defensive as they processed what they thought was Earth's extensive combat history. Their communication showed growing panic at each new discovery about Earth's capabilities. Latest intelligence report, Kate announced. They're calling Earth a Class X death world now. According to their classification system, that's reserved for planets too dangerous to approach. The plan was working better than anyone had hoped. The aliens were completely convinced that Earth was some kind of interstellar superpower that had been successfully fighting off invasions for decades, maybe even centuries. New transmission, Lisa called out. How do they keep winning? Their warriors seem to defeat every threat through impossible means. Even their small furry creatures possess devastating combat capabilities. She paused, then added with a grin, I think they just watched Guardians of the Galaxy and think Rocket Raccoon is real. Commander Stone looked out at the night sky through his office window. imagining the alien ships up there, frantically analyzing every piece of entertainment they could download. Hollywood's greatest hits had become humanity's greatest defense system. Should we show them Avengers next? Kate asked with a mischievous smile. Stone chuckled. Why not? Let's show them everything. After all, if they're going to fear us, they might as well fear all of us. Superheroes, aliens, robots, and all. The control room of the Global Defense Force had turned into something between a military command center and the world's biggest movie theater. Screens everywhere showed different science fiction films, while operators tracked the alien fleet's increasingly panicked reactions. Sir, Tom called out, barely containing his excitement, I think we're about to see something big. The alien ships are moving. They're breaking formation. Commander Stone rushed to the main display. Sure enough, the massive alien fleet was shifting position, but instead of moving closer to Earth as everyone had feared for days, they were backing away. New transmission incoming, Kate announced, her fingers flying over her keyboard. This one's marked as high priority to their command structure. There, she started laughing. They're requesting immediate permission to retreat. The room erupted in cheers, but Stone raised his hand for silence. Read us the full message, Kate. She cleared her throat and began reading. Supreme Command, we must abort the invasion immediately. Earth's defensive capabilities far exceed our initial assessment. They have successfully repelled invasions from shape-shifting aliens, planet-eating monsters, time-traveling machines, interdimensional beings, and even their own robotic creations. Lisa chimed in from her station, another message coming in. They have warriors who can fly, super soldiers with impossible strength, and something particularly terrifying called a Hulk that appears unstoppable. The alien ships were now actively moving away from Earth, trying to maintain what their communications called a minimum safe distance. On the screens around the room, the 24-hour movie marathon continued to play, showing humanity's finest moments of fictional triumph against extraterrestrial threats. Sir, Tom reported, they just finished watching Doctor Who. Now they think we have time-traveling technology and can rewrite history if we lose a battle. The retreat picked up speed when someone in the entertainment division decided to play all 6 Predator movies back-to-back. The aliens were horrified to learn that humans had repeatedly defeated one of the galaxy's most feared hunting species. Latest intercept, Kate called out. These humans don't just fight with weapons and technology. They use something called plot armor that makes them virtually indestructible. No matter how dire the situation, they always find a way to win. Stone couldn't help but smile. The aliens had somehow understood the concept of plot armor, but completely misinterpreted it as actual defensive technology. The situation reached its peak when the aliens intercepted a late-night marathon of Stargate SG-1. Their next transmission was almost frantic. They have a network of instantaneous travel devices spread across multiple galaxies. Their influence extends far beyond their solar system. Should we tell them it's just television? Bill from Communications asked, watching the alien ships scramble to maintain their retreat formation and ruin the most successful defense strategy in human history. Stone replied with a grin. I think not. The alien fleet's retreat became even more hurried when they discovered superhero cartoons being broadcast on children's channels. Their final transmission of the day read, even their younglings possess incredible powers. They are training the next generation of warriors using simplified battle recordings. As the day progressed, more and more ships broke formation and fled. Some of them were moving so fast that Earth's sensors could barely track them. The aliens were clearly taking no chances with what they now believed to be the most dangerous civilization they had ever encountered. Final transmission coming in, Kate announced. It's being broadcast on all frequencies, probably as a warning to other alien species. She paused for dramatic effect before reading. Earth is officially classified as a forbidden world. Their battle records show an unbroken string of victories against every conceivable threat. They are to be avoided at all costs. This is a Class X civilization that turns its victories into entertainment. Do not, under any circumstances, provoke the humans. Commander Stone watched the last alien ships disappear from their radar screens. Earth had just won its first real alien encounter without firing a single shot. Their only weapons had been creativity, imagination, and a really good streaming service. Well, Stone said to his team, what should we watch now? 3 months had passed since the alien fleet's hasty retreat, and things at the Global Defense Force had changed dramatically. Commander Stone now stood in a newly created department called the Strategic Entertainment Division. So let me get this straight, he said, looking at Kate Miller, who had been promoted to Director of Entertainment Defense. Other alien civilizations are now sending us their movies. Yes, sir, Kate replied, trying not to laugh. They think they're exchanging military records. Look at this one from the Centauri system. They're convinced our Star Wars footage was real, so they sent us recordings of their own space battles. The room was filled with screens showing alien entertainment from across the galaxy. After the First Fleet's retreat, word had spread quickly through space about Earth's impressive battle record. And now other civilizations were reaching out, not with weapons, but with their own entertainment media. The funny thing is, Tom added from his new entertainment analysis station, their movies are just as fictional as ours, but everyone thinks they're watching real military footage from other worlds. A junior analyst rushed in with a fresh report. Sir, you won't believe this. The aliens who retreated have started making their own movies about Earth. They're calling them warning documentaries. Stone picked up the report, reading aloud. In their latest film, they show Earth defeating 3 different alien armadas simultaneously, while also dealing with a giant monster attack and a robot uprising, all while making sure to get the best camera angles. The room burst into laughter. Earth's reputation had grown far beyond their wildest expectations. The planet was now known across the galaxy as the unconquerable realm, and alien civilizations were producing their own dramatizations of Earth's supposed military might. Here's the best part, Lisa chimed in. Some alien civilizations are trying to copy what they think is our combat documentation style. They're adding dramatic music and special effects to their own entertainment, thinking it's how we record actual battles. The United Nations had created a new protocol for handling this situation. Every government had agreed to maintain the illusion. Movie studios were now classified as military documentation centers, and actors were officially listed as combat reenactment specialists. Another transmission coming in, Tom announced. This one's from a civilization in the Andromeda Galaxy. They're requesting permission to study our historic battle techniques from something called Disney+. Stone walked to the window, looking up at the stars. Somewhere out there, countless alien civilizations were watching Earth's movies and television shows, believing they were witnessing the most powerful military force in the universe. Sir, Kate called out, Hollywood just sent over their new production schedule. They're increasing their sci-fi movie output by 300%. Every studio wants to contribute to Earth's defensive capabilities. The movie industry had embraced its new role as Earth's primary defense system with enthusiasm. Every new alien invasion movie was now technically classified as a military defense project, complete with government funding. Latest intelligence report, Lisa added. Alien civilizations are now ranking themselves based on how many of their entertainment programs we watch. They think if we study their battle footage, we consider them worthy opponents. The situation had created the most peaceful form of cultural exchange imaginable. Instead of weapons, planets were sharing stories. Instead of war, they were competing to make the most impressive entertainment. New message from the president, Tom announced. The official story stands. All our entertainment is classified as historical documentation. We're to maintain the galaxy's most successful defense strategy. Stone nodded, watching as more alien entertainment poured in through their communication channels. Earth had accidentally created a peaceful galaxy, united by its love of good stories, even if everyone but Earth thought they were watching real battles. Well, Stone said to his team, should we send them the Marvel Cinematic Universe next? Let them think it's footage from our superhero division. As laughter filled the room, Stone couldn't help but appreciate the irony. Humanity's greatest weapons had turned out to be imagination, creativity, and the ability to tell a good story. And somewhere out there, alien civilizations were still trying to figure out how Earth managed to have background music playing during actual combat. The greatest peace in galactic history had been achieved through the greatest misunderstanding in galactic history, and everyone was perfectly happy to keep it that way.